Hello and welcome to Friday's programme. I'm Victoria Davis.
And I'm John T. Messer. Coming up tonight between now and 6:30.
Good evening. There's finally been some relief for people whose bins have remained unemptied for several weeks. Refuse vehicles were unable to get down narrow streets in the Barton and Tredworth areas of Gloucester because of badly parked cars and vans blocking the roads.
Well, there were complaints of maggots and rats, but now the council's got tough and has been ticketing people who are parked there illegally. It's allowed collections to finally take place, as Ken Goodwin now reports. Police are appealing for any witnesses who may have seen yesterday's fatal crash on the M5, particularly those with dash cam footage. A man in his
The Kremlin says it will consider any request by Britain to question 2 Russian suspects allegedly behind the Salisbury nerve agent attack.
Now, a woman from Wiltshire whose daughter had both legs amputated because of meningitis says it's heartbreaking that other children are still suffering similar problems.
Well, Jodie Cross and her daughter Lydia campaigned for the Meningitis Research Foundation. New research from the charity says around half of children with the most common form of the condition are sent home instead of being admitted to hospital. Bob Cruz reports. And if you want to find out any more information about meningitis, then head to our website where you'll find links to a number of organisations that can help. Now to other news, and rail passengers travelling from Bristol Parkway are being warned of major disruption from tomorrow. The station will be closed to trains for 3 weeks for engineering work linked to electrification.
Well, some services are going to be diverted via Bristol Temple Meads, while bus services will also operate to local stations. Richard Payne is live at Parkway for us this evening. Richard, a lot of people going to be affected by this.
Now still ahead before 6:30.
I'm at Edgbaston in Birmingham ahead of the T20 finals day tomorrow. Somerset's cricketers are here practising for what will be their first finals day in 6 years.
And if you're heading out for the cricket, the hot air balloons or any other event throughout this weekend, what kind of weather can you expect? Join me later to find out.
And after us, the ITV News continues with the national and international stories at 6:30. Ranveer Singh has the details.
Now, tomorrow is World Afro Day. It's a day to celebrate, educate and break down barriers of Afro-type hair.
Yes, children across our region are being taught about the importance of accepting the hair type as part of new diversity lessons that could be taught in schools. Well, we spoke to some women in Bristol a little earlier who told us it's about time that Afro hair was celebrated. Good to see. Now, it is a big weekend in cricket with T20 Finals Day taking place tomorrow and Somerset hoping to win the title for the first time since 2005.
Well, the games are taking place at Edgbaston with Somerset taking on Sussex in the semi-final before hopefully playing in the final tomorrow night. Well, our sports reporter Carrie Davis is live at the ground for us tonight. Carrie, a big date there tomorrow.
Yes, definitely. It's definitely one of the most exciting days in the cricket calendar. I'm on the 4th floor here at Edgbaston on what's called the Skyline Terrace. And if you take a look behind me, you can probably work out why it's got that name. Now, every single one of these seats in here tomorrow is expected to be taken. 24,500 people will come through the gates.
Focus on the cricket, of course, there tomorrow. Tonight, though, all about the rugby. Another West Country derby in the Premiership to look forward to.
Yes, John T, that's right. Tonight it's the turn of Gloucester, who host Bristol at Kingsholm. And for one famous West Country rugby family, they might be hard to choose who to cheer for. Jake Pelledri, of course, plays for Gloucester. His dad, Peter, used to play for Bristol. Now, I caught up with the pair of them a little earlier this week at a rugby club that means much to both of them. So Pete might be still deciding who to cheer on tonight. That game, of course, kicks off at Kingsholm at 7:45. Bath also in action this weekend. They're playing Harlequins away tomorrow. That game's at 3 o'clock.
OK, Carrie, lovely stuff. Thanks very much indeed. Good luck to Somerset. I wonder if Pete will be standing in the shed tonight to watch that match. Good luck if he is. Now, there is also, of course, a full football list this weekend. Bristol City back in action after the international break.
Well, if sport isn't your thing this weekend, then perhaps hot air balloons are.
That's because more than 200 from around the world are in Wiltshire for the Sky Safari at Longley. Karen Bell is live there for us this evening. Karen, it is a lovely plot there, but they're struggling to get off the ground this evening. And there at Longleat, as she was interviewing a pilot there about the balloons and the mass ascent. Obviously the weather's got in the way a bit there, but you can see that there were some lovely blue skies across Longleat. You'll be wondering what the weather's going to be doing over the course of the weekend if you're heading there or you're heading out to watch any of the region's football matches, whatever you're doing this weekend. Let's find out what's going to be happening over the next couple of the days with the details this evening. Here's Amanda Houston.
Hello again. Well, whatever you're up to this weekend, the weather overall not looking too bad for our region. Still a chance of 1 or 2 showers here and there, but for most of us it will be fine and dry. There will be more in the way of sunshine and it's going to be feeling that little bit warmer too. However, if you're making plans for next week, we could be seeing some fairly tricky conditions arriving. So if we take a look at this graphic here, you can see Helene out in the Atlantic working her way towards the UK as we go through the next couple of days. But we've still got high pressure dominating, so plenty of fine weather to come on Saturday and Sunday. It's late Monday and into Tuesday. Potentially we could be seeing some heavy downpours of rain and strong winds too. There is a Met Office weather warning in force. Those winds could be gusting up to around 80 miles per hour in places. Now coming back to the rest of this evening and tonight, if you are heading out, still 1 or 2 showers around, but many of us actually tonight will be tucked underneath clear skies. Could be a few pockets of mist and fog in places and temperatures for many staying in double figures. So tomorrow morning, still a few showers lingering at first, but then these will tend to fizzle out of the way. So for most of us, as we go through the afternoon, it will be a largely dry picture with some bright or sunny spells. The winds continue to push in from a southerly direction, so it's feeling pretty warm, especially in any sheltered areas. Highs at around 19, even 20 degrees. And as I mentioned earlier, on Sunday, it's a similar setup, so we may see a bit more cloud arriving later on in the day, but for most of us, it's dry and it will be turning that bit warmer too. They're mostly dry on Monday. Later on, those winds will pick up, but it will be drier and brighter by Tuesday. Bye-bye.
Amanda, thanks very much indeed. Now, before we leave you, let's remind you of the main headlines here in the West Country this Friday evening.
Well, that's all we have time for this Friday evening. I will have the late news for you, though, at 10:30 tonight, if you can stay awake.
Now it's handy to Ranveer Singh as the ITV News continues. Whatever you're doing, have a lovely weekend. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Good night.